It's Ladybeard and the chocolate latte, the chocolate.
你好，什么名字？
你好，什么名字？我叫什么名字？我叫 Ladybeard，你叫什么名字？
我叫我叫。
我叫。Sleeper hold, sorry. Alright, I'm gonna put capital D to sleep. Sleeper hold. My left hand is coming in underneath the throat like this. Yeah?
Alright.
With the crease of my elbow into the front of his throat, yeah?
Okay.
Alright, my left hand's gonna go on a right bicep, shoot that out.
Okay.
And then right hand onto the back of the head.
Okay.
And now so just tap my arm or something as soon
Tap.
as you feel.
Kalau udah gak suka tap aja, Dik.
Alright, so as I push forward.
Go.
What is going on, my dear friends, Cleansound viewers, Will enthusiasts? It's Ladybeard coming at you all the way through the web waves, direct from Tokyo, Japan. Here today in the Cleansound studios with Will, Jakarta, Indonesia. My first time in Indonesia. When will be my next time in Indonesia? No one knows, and we don't even know where I'm from anymore. It's Ladybeard coming at you, my dear friends at Will. How you doing?
I'm fine. We are totally fine. Wow.
Yes, this is mental.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Ladybeard. So, what should we call you? Like, are you an idol right now or a pro wrestler?
I'm. For those of you who don't know me, hello, I'm Ladybeard. I'm from Australia. I now live in Tokyo, Japan, where I'm a cross-dressing pro wrestler and heavy metal singer. I'm very happy to be here today with my friends at Will in Jakarta.
Applause! So, this is your first time visiting Jakarta,
My first
Indonesia.
time in Indonesia.
How's Indonesia?
It's wonderful. So far, it's wonderful. Thank you.
Is it hot?
I mean, yeah, but you know, hot places are also hot. So it's fine. It's fine.
Not big surprise.
It's not the first time I've been in the heat. So
You are from Aussie, right? So, how you doing, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Oh my God, I love the accent though.
Good.
How do you do like in Aussie, right?
G'day.
G'day.
How do you say it in Indonesian?
Apa kabar?
Many things.
Say again.
Apa kabar?
Pakaban.
Apa kabar?
Really?
It's like, what's up? What's up?
Really? It's interesting how you have the baka in there, because in Japanese that means stupid.
No.
Bakaban would mean like stupid program. Bakaban. You got to be careful.
It's actually, for formal way, we call it apa kabar.
Apa kabar.
We make it short like apa kabar.
Pakaban. Okay. Pakaban.
Pakabar.
I see. What's a p, not a b? So, you know what? Changes everything, doesn't it? Pakaban. Oh, I'm going to be pakabunning from here to the other side of the country. This is going to be wonderful. Pakaban.
That's not how you say it.
That's what I'm here for.
So, let's switch the gears and talk about you.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm really curious about how you got into cross-dressing.
Interesting.
So, here's what happened. When I was 14 years old, a friend of mine had a birthday party, and she said it's going to be a school uniform birthday party. Yeah, right. So everyone goes wearing their school uniform that we normally wear to school, which sounded to me like a horrible thing to do, because we had to wear that to school every day, so I didn't want to wear it on the weekend. So I said, oi, it would be really, really funny if instead of wearing my normal school uniform, I put on my big sister's school dress, and I went to this party. And I did, and for a bunch of 14-year-old boys, this was the height of comedy.
For 14.
Nothing greater had ever happened.
Yeah.
You're like, you're wearing a dress! Everyone lost their minds. So that's the first time I put on a dress. And then what happened was that was so well received. I said, all right, so I started I became a casual cross-dresser in my youth, you see. So when I'd be going to parties or rock and roll shows or things like that, I said, I'm going to wear my big school dress again. It'd be hilarious. Listen. The whole cross-dressing thing is a very interesting kind of social exploration.
Okay, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, okay, so you know, you can tell already I'm quite talkative, make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
So in my youth, it means that if I was just dressed as a man, I go to parties and so forth in my conservative hometown. I'm from a small city in Australia called Adelaide, and it's a conservative place. So if you turn up and you're just kind of talkative and you're talking to everybody and you're starting conversations and whatnot, here's what happens. A lot of people actually have a problem with it.
What? Why?
Yeah. We're in a conservative environment. Yeah, people expect to go to a party and it was like,
what?
That's not
wow. What a fun party!
It's super boring for the first 3 hours until everyone loosens up, right? But if you turn, so what I would find was, I go to parties and whatnot. A lot of people be douches about it. Like, kind of the jock guys would be like, they'd see me talking to girls and whatnot, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass." You know what I'm saying? So it was every party I went to. 2 hours in, there'd be this situation when I had to deal with some guy who wanted to fight me, and I had to kind of sort him out before I could go back to enjoying the party. I found, however, if I turned up wearing a dress, you know where you stand with everybody in the room straight away. Straight away, a bunch of people come up, they go, "Oh, you're hilarious," and now we're friends. This bunch of people over here, they're kind of like, oh, they're not sure, but I can see they'll warm up to me later once they see I'm not dangerous. The guys who want to fight, they come up and they want to fight straight away. But you mean you can deal with it straight away. You can get rid of them and you can go back to enjoying yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I understand.
So cross-dressing became a very interesting part of my social life, actually. Yeah, it's very. So yeah, it's quite the dynamic.
But did you get any bully because you are cross-dressing?
Yeah,
because
cross-dressing.
I believe in Australia it's not common, right?
Yes, and plus it was back in the 90s as well. So it's not, we had not gone through, this transgender revolution that we've now had. It was very, very conservative back then. So yeah, a lot. That's when me being a martial artist became extremely useful.
Makes sense.
I wouldn't have had the confidence really to have gone out in public cross-dressing the way that I did if I had not been a martial artist and I didn't know I could take care of myself. So.
Okay.
And let me tell you, it is a thing of beauty when some football-playing jock guy is like, "Oh, I'm going to beat up the guy in the skirt," and ends up getting knocked out with a jumping spin kick from the man wearing the skirt. It's a thing of beauty. His friends are never letting him forget that. Ever.
You also have the benefit, right? Because the skirt is make you easier to kick someone else.
It's one of the other dynamics. It's easier to kick. It's so good. When I was training Taekwondo, a lot of the time, if I go for kicks, I'd have to pull up my pants first. You don't have this problem in a skirt. It's excellent, actually. The freedom of movement.
I agree.
It's excellent.
Agree.
It's glorious. Have you ever worn a skirt?
No.
Are you a man who generally likes to kick things?
Not generally. It would look pretty bad. I have small legs, bro.
See.
And I don't like to kick things. So.
You should try kicking something.
No.
You never kick a ball? Soccer? You hate soccer?
No,
You never thought
I
to
don't
yourself?
like kicking things. I like
fair
to
enough.
keep it peacefully.
Oh, well, that's an excellent message.
You
That's
like
a
to be
wonderful
kicked.
message.
Yeah, he likes to be
Kick.
kicked.
Be kicked.
To be kicked.
It's a different kind of program. Holy God. So that's how it started with the cross-dressing.
Okay, what a story. I mean, that's a really, really weird. But then you end up in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's what happened.
What's in the world going
I'll
on?
fast forward through a large portion of the story, right?
So let me cut you right there, because a lot of us as a fan or someone who just knew you probably thinking that, because you are a Japan entertainer, that's why you're cross-dressing. But the fact is, you're already cross-dressing when you're in Aussie.
I was already cross-dressing. Japan is where it blew up, really. So I'll try and give you an abbreviated version of events. I started out life as an actor and a stuntman. I moved to Hong Kong to play evil white men in Chinese kung fu movies. That went very well until the 2008 financial crisis, when everything got wiped out. And I was like, what am I going to do now? And through an interesting decision-making process, I said to myself, well, I do this cross-dressing thing. The first time, I started cross-dressing in Australia, right? Hilarious, everyone loves it. But in Hong Kong, that society is so conservative. But the first time I put in on a skirt over there, they lost their minds. Like, you're the funniest person I've ever seen in my life. They went bananas for it. I'm like, well, holy moly. So I'm trying to figure out what to do after the financial crisis. I'm like, all right, look, everyone in this society loves it when I put on a skirt. So maybe there's some kind of cross-dressing something I can do for the sake of a career now. And incidentally, around the same time, I started pro wrestling. And so for my first match, we were getting ready for my first match, and I was kind of asked, okay, so what do you want your gimmick to be? Keep in mind, most wrestlers in Hong Kong, their gimmick was, I am a wrestler. And that was the end of it, yeah. So I said,
What a gimmick. What a gimmick.
that's what all of them had, that gimmick. What's your gimmick? I'm a wrestler. All right. So they said to me, okay, so what are you going to do in the ring? And I said, all right, I'm going to, I said, let's try this. I'm going to go into the ring wearing a pink and black Lolita dress. With my hair and these little pigtails. And I'm going to be called Ladybeard. And I'm going to go into the ring, and that's how I'll, start my pro wrestling career, right? And so here's what happened. I started wrestling, and my first match was very soon after I started. I'd only been wrestling for a month when I had my first public match, right? Which is too short.
Oh, that's too short.
It's way too short.
Okay.
Everyone who wants to be a wrestler, train for more than a month before you debut. That's my advice. So anyway, but 5 minutes before this match, I'm standing there. Hong Kong wrestling, the way it began, it was these teenagers had just like taped together a ring in this terrible industrial building in the middle of nowhere. It was hilarious. So our locker room was a chubby 14-year-old holding a broomstick with like a sheet going from the broomstick to the wall. Yeah. So that's our locker room. I'm standing behind this sheet.
Oh my God.
5 minutes before the match, I say to myself, wait, what the hell am I doing? What's going on here? Wearing a dress, my hair in pigtails. I'm going to do this sport thing. I've been doing it for a month in front of people. Am I insane? What's going on? But I went, well, there's no way out of it now. So out I go, full of confidence, go into the ring, have my first match. And overnight, I was the most popular wrestler in Hong Kong.
Applause.
Thanks. Because I had a gimmick. Because I went in with a character and a gimmick, and everyone else was just some person. So so that happened, and so now I'm the most famous wrestler in Hong Kong overnight, and everything kind of went from there. And then when I started my music career, I said, all right, well, I'm going to keep the dress and bring my fans from the wrestling over to the music and so forth. And then I started touring, and I toured to Japan, and it went great. And so I said I got to move to Japan, so I moved to Japan, and it blew up in Japan. Now here we are.
Congratulations, man. It's so awesome.
Thanks, bro.
But you also, have this heavy metal thing.
Yeah, man.
What do you call it? Heavy metal kawaii, right? Heavy metal.
Kawaii metal, that's right.
Kawaii metal. But you are the one who responsible for the scream in every occasion of music product that you try. You are in.
That's correct.
Can you give us like a very good example about the kawaii scream?
Just a little bit.
Ladybeard's been put on the spot
Kawaii.
here.
Come on, man.
Kawaii scream? All right, tell you what. You do your best kawaii face, and I'll do my best kawaii scream at the same time.
Okay,
right? I think
Yes.
pretty clearly, it's Ocha who brings the kawaii to this visual experience.
Kawaii face.
Kawaii face, I'll do kawaii scream. You ready?
Semanis coklat dan standar latte. Hai, aku Caca Latte.
Oh, kawaii.
And now,
Now your turn.
our special guest.
It's Ladybeard and the chocolate latte, the chocolate.
Hey, applause.
What I'm talking about. But yeah, man, heavy metal. That's what I'm all about.
Are you really into heavy metal, or is this
I love
recently?
it. I love it. See, here's what happened when I had this interesting interlude after the financial crisis, when suddenly I was unemployed. And I was going through, trying to figure out what to do, and I had this experience when cross-dressing was really popular for me in Hong Kong, and I started wrestling, and that had gone really well. And I did this this business exercise that you do when you're meant to figure out what you're going to do with your life, right?
Okay.
All right, so there's this graph, and it's like 3 circles that overlap.
Okay.
Yeah? And so it's like, circle number 1, what you're good at. Yeah? Circle number 2, what you're passionate about. And then circle number 3, what someone will pay you for. And where these 3 circles overlap, that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Okay,
So I'm doing this exercise and I'm like, all right, what am I good at? All right, well, I'm trained in acting, I'm trained in martial arts and stunts. Those are the things I'm good at, but all the opportunities for those have disappeared. So, okay, now what? All right, what am I passionate about? All the things I just said, like being on stage, being on camera, martial arts, beyond that. Heavy metal and smashing things? All right, very good. Okay, now what might they pay me for? This is the hard one, right? I'm sitting there going, all right, well, everyone in this really conservative society loves it when I put on a skirt. So maybe I could do some cross-dressing thing and someone will give me cash for it. So like performance, metal and ass kicking, and putting on a skirt. But these 3 things overlapped. That's where Lady.
All right, that's so awesome. So I'm your biggest fan, right?
Bless you, bro. I'm your
And
biggest
I
fan.
follow your career, and sometimes people recognize you and say, "Oh, this is just a dude who tried to impress people with cross-dressing." But people don't know that this dude is actually a very talented person. Okay.
Bless you. Thank
so
you. That's kind.
she is good at screaming, singing, dancing.
Thank you,
And
man.
do you guys know that he is actually fluent in 5 languages?
I'm not fluent in 5,
But
I
you
can
can.
bumble my way through 5.
But what was it? English.
English, obviously. Japanese. Cantonese.
Cantonese.
That's what they speak in Hong Kong. Mandarin.
Mandarin.
Yeah, and then German.
German.
I learned German in high school, yeah.
Oh.
And I lived there when I was a teenager on high school exchange.
Can we get a proof that you actually can speak German, sir?
Also, heute sind wir in Indonesien und wir werden ein bisschen mit Will sprechen und es geht sehr gut.
My God. Applause. How
I
about
like all this applause. This is great. I've never been clapped so much in an interview before. This is really enjoyable. I need a group of guys who applaud me all the time just when I'm walking around. While I'm like walking with my shopping, they're gonna be like,
we love to appreciate your talent, sir. Hey, and how about Mandarin?
今天是因为在 oh, how do I say Indonesian Mandarin? It would be like
Is
Indo.
it something like 你好什么名字？
你好，什么名字？我叫什么名字？我叫 Ladybeard。你叫什么名字？
我叫我叫。
我叫。我觉得你太可爱。我叫。
Oh my God! You also do the how Chinese speak like that. That's how they
Exactly how they speak.
That's how they do it. Okay.
This is my favorite one. I showed this recently. Apparently, in the modern generation, this is how a mainland Chinese woman expresses that she's angry. It's this.
And what?
I was told when I was in China, one of the girls like, "I'll show you how to express anger." I'm like, "Oh, all right."
So how about Cantonese?
係喎，所以等下係而家好耐未講咗廣東話，而家10年未講咗啊，好難啊。
He really sounds like Stephen Chow, you know.
I was saying I haven't spoken Cantonese in 12 years, so I can't really. Not good.
For
anymore.
me as someone who don't speak Cantonese, you looks like we really speak good Cantonese.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Teach me how to say like "What's up? My name's Ladybeard" in Indonesian.
All right.
I've already got the
Apa kabar?
Apa kabar? Indonesia. Apa kabar Indonesia?
Kabar
Apa
Indonesia.
kabar Indonesia?
Apa kabar Indonesia?
Hey, baik. So to introduce yourself, we can just say hello or the time like good morning. We usually say selamat siang, selamat pagi.
Selamat pagi.
Selamat pagi is good morning, selamat pagi.
Yes.
My name is Ladybeard, so it's nama saya.
Nama saya.
Or you can make it short, saya Ladybeard.
That's easy. Saya Ladybeard.
All right. Can you say the full sentence? Selamat pagi, saya Ladybeard.
Selamat pagi sama Ladybeard.
Apa kabar?
Apa kabar?
Okay. One more time.
Hang on, it's too long. I can't. Give me a bit by
Okay. Selamat pagi, saya Ladybeard. Apa kabar?
Selamat pagi. No.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually perfect.
I know, but I need one by one. Just give me,
Okay.
feed it to me like bit by bit.
Selamat pagi,
Selamat pagi.
saya
Saya Ladybeard.
apa kabar?
Apa kabar?
Yes.
Yes!
I am so Indonesian.
Yeah, you're so Indonesian.
Dude,
Yeah.
you are an Aussie. Every Aussie should know how to speak bahasa Indonesia.
Yeah, that's exactly correct, actually. You're closest neighbor. That's exactly right.
Yeah, we're a neighbor, right?
We're like just 2 blocks that way.
Very close. Yeah. Not that far.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's really close.
You guys, like the koalas will swim over and you find them underneath the car. You're like, oh no, another one of these.
And he's 10 years living in Japan right now.
Yeah, bro, 11 years now.
11 years. So now you must be very fluent in speaking Nihongo Jozune, right?
まあ上手じゃないよ。いつもいじめられる。いや、チャリじめる。
Oh my god! Oh my god!
大変。
Oh my god! Oh my god! So, in Japan, how your experience living 11 years in Japan? Okay, I think there's so many people have a common experience about the first thing, but I want your special experience. You have been 11 years in Japan. What one thing that you can just cannot get over it? Like, why Japan? Why?
Japan has no public rubbish bins.
What?
Oh.
No public trash cans.
Not
one.
Oh, the trash cans. Yeah.
The trash can.
Yeah, not one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not a
been,
single public.
Yeah. I've been Tokyo. I have a vacation there, and no trash can at all.
Not a single trash can. For you, if you've got your pet bottle, your plastic bottle, that's acceptable. But apart from that, no trash cans.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Not one. Not
Okay.
one.
Okay.
So if you have a piece of rubbish, like you get something at the convenience store, you have to, tie it up in a plastic bag and keep it with you until you get home.
In Aussie, you just like.
And Aussie is whatever. It's not my problem. You're at the beach, just throw it in the water. You're like, there you go, dolphins.
Don't do that! Don't do that! Do not destroy environment.
He's being sarcastic. I do not endorse ocean littering. Let's just be clear. Let's be clear.
Is there anything else other than trash bin? How about the lifestyle or how people there? You've been 11 years there.
It's been 11 years. Now, it's an interesting thing, right? Because you get asked this a lot. The Japanese in particular love asking this question. They love asking what's different between Japan and your home country. They ask it all the time, right? What's interesting is I've been there so long now that I can't properly remember. Because now you're just in Japan and you're just doing the Japan thing, and you start forgetting what everywhere else is like. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So here's something. In Japan, when you're in the elevator, the ground floor is the first floor in Japan. Oh, so So the ground floor is number one. And then, like here, it's G, right?
Yeah, it's G floor.
And then that one is number one. But in Japan, this is one, and that one's number two.
No, here upper G.
Upper G?
Yeah.
Upper G.
You're an upper G.
UG, upper G, and lower.
Some more.
B is lower G.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, look, we've all learned something new about elevators. Okay. Well, Japan, it's not. Japan, you're on one already. There's no G, there's no UG, there's no LG, there's no G. It's a G-less society.
Society. Okay, so how about the very wonderful thing that you really cannot just move from Japan? Like, this is why I always come back to Japan.
I mean, I think it's, well, you know, the Japanese people are extremely hospitable.
Yeah.
So there's that. They're really, really wonderful. Also, the place is just so safe. It's so safe. There's no jocks trying to assault me in Japan.
You are the justice trying to assault.
Exactly. I'm the danger to the Japanese populace. That's
You are
right.
the danger.
No one's trying to injure me in a skirt in Japan. It's the other way around. They see me in a skirt. I think they run for the hills.
So anything else that you want to share, like your wonderful experience in Japan?
Okay, so since we are in Wheel, what's up, weebs? Here's what I find really interesting about living in Japan. And actually, how long have you guys spent in Japan, respectively?
I've been 2 weeks.
I haven't got there.
You've never
Never.
been? Okay, you've never been?
Yeah, next month though.
Next month.
Next month he will.
So you'll know the first time you go, you're like, and it's like a magical fantasy land, yeah? It's like there's anime everywhere, and you're like, it's weeb fantasy, right? Here's what's very interesting. Once you start living there, all of that just becomes everyday life. That's what's strange to explain to everyone who's not in Japan, and that's what's kind of in some ways confronting, because before you get to Japan, you're so excited by it, and after a while you just walk past it like you're on your way to McDonald's or whatever. You're just like, there's another anime thing happening beside me, and you just go past. So that's what's really interesting, is it's in Japan, anime and manga and so forth. For everyone who's not Japanese, they're this exotic, super special kind of subgenre. Whereas in Japan, that's just real life, you know? Like there's anime billboards up like there's a Coca-Cola billboard up, you know? It's the exact same thing, right? So that's what's really interesting. You get there for a long time, you start getting desensitized to all the Japaneseness. That's why I say now, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say now I can't remember what's different about Japan compared with everywhere else, right?
Because you're already 11 years in Japan.
Yeah, exactly. So now you're just going through life, right?
Okay. So, my God, you must be very super busy right now. It's like singing, dancing, wrestling. You still do wrestling?
That's still wrestling,
Yeah.
You still do wrestling?
And you also must do the training, right?
Yeah, gotta do all that.
Touring and more. How do you keep in shape, dude?
Well, recently I don't. I'm just getting fatter and fatter and fatter. Oh my goodness. I'm going to call myself Lady Gut from here on in. It's horrendous. It's a disaster.
But,
holy moly.
Yeah, what's your diet? Besides snacking pineapples, because I know you love pineapples that much.
Pineapple, that's exactly correct.
And you also snacking baby dragons.
Baby dragons?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're not going to eat themselves, are they?
And mythical unicorn in some Japanese forest, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. Sometimes you have a city unicorn as well, you know? You don't have to stick with the forest unicorns.
Pretty common here too.
Exactly. I diversify my unicorn consumption. I'm non-discriminatory.
But we really like to know what's your diet. You are this big, dude.
Lean proteins and green vegetables. That's where it's at. Yeah. Poor Stefano, he's got to prepare them all for me on this trip. The poor man has to turn up every day with this giant thing of beef and chicken and go, there you are. Big thing of green vegetables and go, there you are.
Can you say how many calories that you need for a day?
I don't count them anymore.
You really?
I really should. You end up just getting to the point where you can feel it, so you just eat till you don't need anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
but I should count them actually.
How many meals, I guess, for per day? Is it normal 3 meals a day?
4 or 5. 4
or 5.
Depending, yeah, 4 or 5. I've been trying to do this intermittent fasting gimmick recently. You know this?
I know.
Yeah. So I'm trying to just not eat for several hours after getting out of bed.
And then eat like a crazy person.
Well, yeah, exactly right. This is what happens. But that ends up being you just have 2 giant meals. Right?
Yeah.
Or you have breakfast, then an hour later you have lunch, and then an hour later you have upper lunch, and you know, and then you progress from there. Yeah. So you know, like, but the lean proteins and the vegetables, nothing that any other fitness person isn't doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is there any
Same
secret
thing.
sauce for your meals in the day? Like you should have this kind of special meal.
Preferably cooked. Preferably. So I'll tell you, if the chicken is still alive.
Yeah. We cannot eat that. Yes. It has to be cooked.
Okay.
Sort him out before you can, before you can consume him.
So, about your idol, right? So you are also an idol. What's the worst part for being? I know it's like living your dream, like doing an idol, singing, dancing with. If I'm not with Suzu and Marimo, right?
That's right, Suzu and Mari,
Where's
that's right.
Suzu and Marimo? We hope you come to us too, next time.
So just to explain for anyone who doesn't know, I'm in a group in Japan called Babybeard. It's very straightforward. I am Ladybeard. The girls are babies. So babies plus Ladybeard equals Babybeard. It's very logical, you see. Right.
Very easy to understand.
Yeah.
What's the name if he joined the Baby Beard?
Babybeard and capital D. Capital D. It'd be Davy Beard, right?
and then she joined.
Davy Choco Beard.
really explaining, right?
Baby Choco Ben once you get involved as well.
Oh, okay.
This is amazing. We have made 3 new groups in the space of a minute and a half.
We are now the trainee on Baby Beard.
Hell yeah.
So
I'm in this idol group with these 2 like young Japanese ladies, Suzu and Mari. It's a hilarious time. The girls sing, I scream, we all dance. It's a wonderful experience. You can go to YouTube and watch our music videos.
Please watch, please watch,
Wow,
please
bless you.
watch.
Thank you very much. So idols in Japan, it's an interesting thing. I came to Japan and I didn't really know what idols were. I'd seen them, but I thought they were just Japanese pop stars.
Wait,
you know?
so you become an idol without knowing what is idol?
Kinda.
What?
I start working with my first manager. And she's like, all right, well, you're an idol. Like, from a Japanese lens, you're an idol. And I'm like, all right, I don't really know what that means. And so
you thought it's an artist, right? Like a.
I'd seen idols, like the conventional idols, but I thought they were just Japanese pop stars. I didn't realize really, I didn't. The whole idol thing, idol is a whole world unto itself.
Yeah.
It's a whole. Whoa, it's a big conversation to go into. It's deep. There's a lot happening in it, and here's the biggest difference between what I knew and then what idols are. Generally speaking, in Japan, the idol world revolves around this. You'll have an idol group, and then what ends up being the product that is really being, sold to fans. Really, it's much more about a personal relationship between the artist and the fan, as opposed to everything I was used to, which is you're selling a performance. So you make a performance, you go on stage, and people are paying to see the performance. Whereas with idols, it's much more about creating a community, and it's a community of fans.
Yeah, okay.
And now the fans as individuals, now they develop a relationship, like a personal relationship with, personal's the wrong word, but they develop an emotional connection to each member of the group individually. And so now they have their favorite one, who they call their oshi, which means to push. So that's the one they want to kind of, support the most. And that's a totally different dynamic from what I was used to going through theater school. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing that I didn't understand when I first got there, and I've had to kind of learn. But now here's what's interesting as well. So I work all over the world now, yeah? My first song with my first group went viral on the internet, and now since then I've been traveling the world doing the show, right? So can you see how, if you're going to be a conventional idol in Japan, and your whole thing is about just you have your community and you just develop your community, and now it's the same fans coming back again and again and again and again. Well, that can't scale internationally, can it? Because
you stay there, going nowhere.
Well, yeah, they'll stay in Japan, and you're going to go to another country and do a show. So now you have a totally different. First things first, how you got to build a community overseas, but then secondly, how are you going to service that community in the same way unless you've moved? You know what I'm saying? But now you can't service your Japanese community in the same way.
You live to your community.
So this is a very interesting dynamic that I've kind of had to come to terms with, and it's sort of a case of when I'm in Japan, my idol stuff has kind of a different aim and objective from when I go overseas. Because when you go overseas, it needs to be what the way I was trained. So you're selling a performance to the fans, right?
Right.
Because very quickly, if you treat it like it's a community to a bunch of people who've never seen you before, they don't know you, we don't have a connection yet, and you've just done a bad job. It's, you know, it's not, we haven't developed a relationship.
No intimacy at all.
They see the show and the show is not good, they just say, well, that was just a bad performance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's two totally different mindsets. You got to make the shift when you go from being just domestic in Japan to going overseas.
Oh my God.
And for me, it was the other way around because I started overseas, then I went to Japan. It took me quite a long time to get my head around that whole thing.
Oh my God. That's a lot of work. But you did it. Congratulations, man. Give it applause.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. God bless.
Wow.
Thanks. If anyone, because I know a lot of people watching will be interested in, you know, they have the Japan dream. They'll be interested in moving to Japan and doing things in Japan. The whole thing's going to be a huge learning curve. And just accept at the beginning, you're going to do things wrong at the start. You're going to look back later and you're going to go, now understanding things the way that I do now, if I had that chance again, I'd do things totally differently. But that's what the learning curve is. So you just have to accept it. There's no real way to get it. It's a bit easier in this generation because there's Japanese people on TikTok explaining these things.
Yeah.
It's a bit easier now. But, you know, 10 years ago when I went. There were people on YouTube explaining things, but you can have it explained to you intellectually and you still won't really grasp it. It's when you're there in it that you kind of learn it, you know?
But you did it though.
Thanks, man.
Hey,
hopefully.
applause, man.
Thank you. I love my applause squad. You guys are the best. This is amazing. This is amazing. Do you guys have Japan dreams? You want to go to Japan? Weeb out Japan?
We love to visit Japan again. I mean, personally, we love to visit Japan again and experience so many weird things. Because I love weird things. You are the weird things that I love.
Bless you. You're a normal thing that I love.
So yeah, we really love to visit Japan and experience that thing again. Visiting Underground Idol, that's my dream.
Underground Idol, really?
Underground, because I never been there, but a lot of people talking about Underground Idol. There is also an anime about Underground Idol. I'm really curious about it. How is it like? How's the interaction? How's the intimacy and how they do the marketing? Because I also work at the social media field, right? So I'm curious about how they work the marketing with the small group, small community, but they still exist and thriving. So that's make me really curious. I love to learn new things, especially weird things from Japan.
Underground Idol is so to explain to the uninitiated. There's kind of mainstream idols or major idols they call them, which is like AKB48. So they're much more like artists, and they go on to big stages. They perform for a big audience, And then underground idols are very small idol groups. Think of it as the idol equivalent of a garage band. Okay. So they're just this little idol group, and they don't have any resources or support. But they go on stage. And like we said before, they develop their little community of fans, and that's then it evolves from there as or it doesn't evolve, whatever happens, right? Whatever ends up happening. Underground Idol is a whole different world because now it's really about the community. And you'll only do well if the individuals in the community make the decision that they want to support the Underground Idol, right? So it's very kind of it's like this. It's like the artist sits there, and everything goes from outward to inward. Whereas for major idols and whatnot, it goes from inward to outward. Well, I don't know if that made any sense.
I don't know. But I kind of get the point though. It's another different world from idol, and it's kind of unique because they also have this little small community but loyal, and sometimes they are just disappear, sometimes they reappear again, and sometimes they try to do not want to go out from the mainstream idol. They want to stay underground and stuff. That's what's interesting about it. So I want to experience by myself.
Okay. Good luck, bro. I mean, all you got to do is come on over. That's it.
Yeah, but that costs money.
Just make some money and then come on over.
Okay, so let's not forget that you are also a pro wrestler.
Yeah, bro.
Could you teach us your best move? We have this. We have a volunteer here.
So who's getting sacrificed? Capital D's getting sacrificed?
I might die, bro.
Come on.
All right, I'm gonna teach you some badass stuff right here.
Okay.
All right. So just,
should we prepare the mattress or no? It's okay. Just
mattress? No, don't need it. I'm gonna put a sleeper hold on you. All right. So sleeper hold. Sorry. All right. I'm gonna put capital D to sleep. All right. So sleeper hold. My left hand is coming in underneath the throat like this.
All right.
Put the crease of my elbow into the front of his throat, yeah?
Okay.
All right, my left hand's gonna go on the right bicep, shoot that out.
Okay.
And then it's right hand onto the back of the head. And
Okay.
now just tap my arm or something as soon
Tap.
as you feel.
Kalau udah gak suka tap aja, Dik.
Alright, so as I push forward,
Go,
squeeze,
go. Kill him. Kill him. What's that called?
That's called a sleeper hold.
Sleeper hold.
Sleeper hold. So you can put that
No,
on
wait.
if you.
Now we have to put it in the practice. You. No, you. Oh, how about you?
Choco go me? No,
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
Your left hand's gonna come out.
Okay.
This side of my head, that's it, good. So you're gonna put the fold of your elbow into the front of my throat. That's it. Then your left hand go on top of your right bicep here. So push this out, that's it. And then your left hand goes on top of the arm here. That's it. Good. Okay. Now bend this, put this on the back of my head. And now you're gonna squeeze here and push here and push here at the same time. So
Lihat kamera,
squeeze
Cak. Lihat kamera,
that's
Cak.
it.
Lihat kamera.
Keep going, that's it. Keep going, keep more.
Oh yeah, applause! How about your pro wrestling recently? I cannot watch you in the internet, with the wrestling. So you still do wrestling in Japan?
Still wrestling, that's right. So but let me tell you, most of my wrestling nowadays actually happens in the middle of the music show. So
yeah.
So what happens is I'll go on stage, just like a normal performer, thinking I'm gonna sing and dance and scream and what have you. Then halfway through my show, some clown takes issue with me, comes on stage, interrupts my performance. I need to disperse of this interruption, sort him out, get him off my stage before I can go back to my singing and dancing. This happens all the time. Some man just walks onto my stage every time I
my
try to go.
God.
Of course it's not.
That's not
Why?
a gimmick. That's real.
Of course not. Why would I deliberately...
That's real, bro.
Why would I deliberately organize some strange man to come on stage and punch me in the back of the head every show?
Agree.
Have you ever been punched in the back of the head?
Wanna try?
I have.
You know it doesn't necessarily do wonders for your singing voice. Why would I organize such a thing? Come now.
So we are nearing our end of the show, Ladybeard or Beard-chan.
Yeah, Chan.
The red carpet is yours. Let the audience know what you're gonna do in the future.
My dear, beautiful Indonesians, thank you so much for tuning in today to Wheel. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here. Woo! Thank you so much. I'm Ladybeard. I'll be at ChibiCon tomorrow. That's Sunday, August 18. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't know when this goes to air, but hopefully before tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing all of you at ChibiCon. I'm thrilled to be in Indonesia. I've been wanting to come for a long, long time. So really happy to be here. Thank you all so much for having me. Please follow me on the internet. I'm at Ladybeard_Japan. Ladybeard is one word. And my group is at Babybeard_Japan. Please follow both of us. And we look forward to having a wonderful time with you guys tomorrow and a lot more internet-oriented good times in the future with my new Indonesian fans. Yes.
So it's been a spectacular chance to have an interview our special guest, Beard-chan.
Yay.
Thank you for watching the Waktu Indonesia Wibu. Woo!
Thank you so much for watching, and please comment on who else do you want us to invite to Waktu Indonesia Wibu.
Woo!
And I'll see you, and we'll see you in the next episode of Waktu Indonesia Wibu.
Woo!
And last but not least,
Stay clean and sound. Yay!